And the point of this video was just to show, like, don't let the devil get a foothold, because when you sign up for Instagram, they're pushing things at you. You sign up for any social media, they're going to start to push things at you, because not only do they know what's going to get you addicted, but they know what is addictive. All right, how you guys doing today? We about to hop into a little discussion. The first things first, though, I just want to make sure you guys like the video. You know, hit a like, exit full screen, scroll a bit, like it, and then full screen it back up. You feel me? So I first want to start off with the themes of this video, right? Our first theme, well, maybe our only theme, is coming from Ephesians 4:27. Never give place to the devil. This basically means don't let the devil get a foothold. We can look at it in some other translations. Nor give place to the devil, for anger gives a foothold to the devil. Give no opportunity to the devil. Do not give the devil any opportunity to lead you into sin by holding a grudge, nurturing anger, becoming resentment, cultivating bitterness, whatever. And you could see that it's specifically talking about like stuff with anger. Never let the sun go down upon your wrath. Be angry, whatever. We're members of one another. All that kind of stuff, right? Don't let the devil get a foothold is what it says, but it's specifically talking about with anger, even though in general we should not be giving the devil a foothold. And that is the theme of today's video. So the story, I got my Instagram hacked because this dude who was running a business through his account, who I've purchased a hoodie off of before, sent a message saying something along the lines of, I'm running for this thing. I have 42 out of 60 votes. And because of this, I need more votes. If you could vote for me, that'd be great. And I said, sure, I'd be down to vote for you, as I had bought a piece of his merchandise before. So I trusted him in terms of, I've sent the dude money and he sent me goods. Actually, I bought more than just a hoodie from him, right? I've sent him money. I've received products. I trusted this account. And then it was like, all right, great. Here's the link, whatever. Just sign in and vote. I don't think it said just sign in and vote, but it was just like, here's the link, whatever. And to vote, you had to sign in with either your Instagram or your email. And when my Instagram login didn't work, I thought, all right, whatever, let me switch to my email login. So I switched the tab to the email login one and tried to sign in there, and it didn't work again. And I texted him, I'm just like, hey, it didn't work. I'll try again later, whatever. Little did I know that it fished both my emails information and my Instagram account's information. So not only did I lose my Instagram, I didn't lose my email. For some reason, the hacker just didn't take my email. But I think what they did was they did the thing where you can switch the account thing, and it emailed my email saying, "Oh yeah, your email is switched. Do you confirm this?" And then they just went into my email, confirmed it, deleted it forever, so I never saw it. And then that's all I did with my email, because I guess they don't want that. But whatever. So they got my Instagram. They changed the phone number associated with my account. They changed my email associated with my account. Working in the process of trying to get it back. If not, whatever. Because when I got hacked, all my friends are telling me, "Yo, your Instagram got hacked. They're posting all this random stuff." And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then kind of like to cope, but also true, I was saying that at least now I don't have a reason to be on Instagram. And now I see how true that is about like a week-ish later, because in the process of trying to get it back, I tried to log in, and it took me to this other account when I tried to log in that I guess I had made at some point, right? But zero followers, zero whatever. I've never been on this account because I thought that they changed my username and that I was just logging into my old account, but with a new username because they changed it. However, it's just some random account. So obviously, I opened this Instagram account. You can see it just got stuff that's like, oh, suggested for you, the sponsored, or whatever the case is. It's not doing it now, which makes no sense because I think it only changed when I switched to the camera. It changed my original homepage because it had a bunch of threads up, and the threads were talking about some, oh, I'm 22 and single, all this blah blah blah. It was like the OnlyFans Twitter accounts, but on like Instagram threads, for example. We can go over here to the reels and we see welcome to Thailand. This is the first type thing it pops up, right? And it shows them go to the bathroom, whatever. They're shocked, all that blah 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 blah. And then they see them at the urinals, and then they're happy. They're happy. And they were making out with them before that, whatever the case was. And you see that and you're thinking, this is a new Instagram account. This is the things it pushes at you when you first join Instagram. So first thing it's pushing at you is, oh, get with women or passport bro, whatever you want to take to that to mean. And then it switches to, oh, these are dudes. They didn't know they were dudes. And then they're happy that they're dudes, aka happiness, homosexual, indecence, whatever you want to call it. They're trying to sink you into that. So it's like a 3-in-1 of getting a foothold to you, trying to poison your mind in that sense. and we go to the explore page, we see this one having a very suggestive looking thumbnail, this one having a very suggestive thumbnail of them making out, whatever. We see this, which starts off crazily. If we scroll down, we got all these different blurred out things. Now this, I don't really know what's happening, probably pain. This looks to be a dance thing. Don't know why it's blurred out, you know, considering this isn't, or that wasn't, right? This is just some taekwondo accident, I'm guessing. Not even an accident. He just kicks a plate, right? But this lady in a bikini also, oh, fighting, right? That isn't blurred out. That's nothing crazy. Got something like this girl that's on Instagram starting. You got the 20v1s on the Instagram. You got this type of suggestive content. It's like a whole bunch of stuff they're just pushing at you that isn't really okay. Like, what is this? What is this? You know what I'm saying? And this is the stuff they first push at you when you just start an account. And I remember I watched this video a while ago. It was talking about like the dangers of Roblox specifically, and how when you just start a Roblox account, even if you click the thing that's like I'm a kid or whatever, it'll still push at you to buy Robux and all that, which, you know, kids are they're more gullible when it comes to, you know, buying stuff like that and investing stuff like that. And you can argue like, you know, that's just smart business, market at the vulnerable targets, sure, whatever. But they're also marketing these types of clothing, like fishnet type clothing, very revealing bikinis, all that, to kids in one way, like e-girl type hairs, e-girl stuff, and it's like very suggestive type of games as well for these children who clicked I'm a kid box. You know, it's like the under 13 box, and they're pushing all this suggestive stuff at them, trying to get their mind desensitized to it at a very young age. And then I'm just gonna point to a video in the description that I'm gonna leave. It's from the Poor Man's Podcast, one of my favorite YouTube channels, right? And he was going over the themes in this new Kanye West interview. And a lot of people, right, they don't give heed to Kanye West. They just see that, oh, he's promoting swastikas now, and he's supporting the black KKK outfits and just the KKK, and like it's crazy and it's not okay. So we're just gonna write it off without hearing him out. And for sure, you look at Kanye West and you're sporting swastikas and you're sporting KKK outfits, and you're like, what the actual F is going on with Kanye, right? Put that man in a mental asylum. But the way he explicated it in this new DJ Academics interview makes a lot of sense. I didn't watch the interview. I just watched the Poor Man's Podcast breakdown of the interview, and Kanye did a great job explicating himself based on what I seen from that. And also the Poor Man's Podcast did a great job of explicating what Kanye's ideas were as well. But for the general breakdown, if you want to go watch his video, it's more in depth. If you want to go watch the original interview, you get it straight from Kanye. But basically what he was saying is that all these Jews are in power, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to say the things that he type said, but when it comes to them running the music industry, and you push people like Sexy Red, Nicki Minaj, Ice Spice, and all these types of people who are promoting sexual promiscuity, sexual immorality, degeneracy as a whole, single fatherhood, or single motherhood, and all this type of stuff. And you got, then on the inverse, you got the guys in the industry, you know, Future promoting the same type of thing. Got guys like Lil Durk, who was in jail for like planned hits. You know, you got Drake being called out for being a pedophile. You got Diddy being charged with the Diddy stuff and all that kind of crazy, all the street life endeavors, the sexual immorality endeavors, the get rich and money's your idol type thing. All that is pushed to the forefront, and these people are trying to profit off it. And he was talking about woke people, specifically how you got all these fat models and everything, specifically black fat models, talking about it's good to be fat and black and beautiful and whatever. And then you look at Lizzo, who was big, fat, back, and whatever you want to say, and then she got skinny, and it's like, well, being fat, black, big, and beautiful, whatever, is acceptable. Why'd you go and change, right? And Kanye brought up a great point that you can't have that and call it good and healthy, because it's not. You're profiting off black obesity. You're marketing black obesity and telling people to get desensitized so they become black and obese. Not they become black, but they're black and then obese, and it pushes the morbidity rates, and it pushes all these unhealthy habits to where the black community weakens itself, and we're just seen as a little sheep that follows whatever pack they're going to lead us into. And that's exactly what's happening. That's why they're not even listening to Kanye. They're not hearing him, because then he brought up what the swastikas and the KKK outfits represent, basically, was that he's using it as, you're gonna push our pain, aka these female rappers that aren't doing any good for the community, these black rappers that aren't doing any good for the community. You're gonna push that, or we're gonna push your pain right back at you. We're gonna push the same swastika that tried to kill your people off, because that's what you're trying to do to us. You're trying to push off black obesity as it is a good thing, and black gun violence and black money, all this type of stuff, as you're gonna push that at us. That's our pain. We're gonna push your pain right back at you. The swastikas and the KKK stuff, even though that's our pain too, right? But we're not gonna get into that. But that's essentially what he's trying to do. And while I don't agree with it from like a morality standpoint, like, God, this is not obviously loving your neighbor, saying, hey, look at me flaunting the swastika of these people that tried to kill you, like, haha, you know, that's not a good thing, so to speak. But I understand where he's coming from on his worldly perspective type of thing. Because back when it was Jesus music, right, it was because it was Kanye West Jesus music. Jesus music as a whole didn't get respect. It was the fact that a musical genius that is known as Kanye West, who made the College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, and all that, the Life of Pablo, he made all that stuff, and then switched to Jesus is King and Yeezus and whatever. And it was like, oh, he's really Christian and he's doing the Sunday services and all this type of stuff. And you're looking at it like, people are loving the Jesus music, specifically because it's Kanye West, but like, it's showing that we could turn around. And the thing that he has yet to realize, right? We talked about this a little bit before. Kanye said he had a beef with Jesus because he's like, he wants you to fear him. Why would a God want us to fear him? Blah, 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 blah. And we know he knows that's not true, right? We know he just ain't rocking with God because he didn't get what he wanted out of it. And that's why, right? But he should see this type of stuff and say, well, this is what's being promoted at the black community. What should I be promoting as the inverse, right? It shouldn't be to immediately go hate on another person, but it should be to preach love and just see the fact that we're being manipulated, and to break us out of that, or to turn to something better than ourselves, like Jesus or God, for example, or even him himself, who's promoting bad. Like, he's on Twitter and he's using a bunch of cuss words, he's using a bunch of hateful language, you know, and I guess you could, you know, he'd probably argue, well, they did it first and this is retaliation, but we know that two wrongs don't make it right, right? So he's doing the exact same thing that they're doing. They're making him look like a crash out, and that's you know, I'm not saying that's making the black community want to crash out, but it's not helping his cause, because like, I'd say his intentions are very pure, because he's trying to do it to where he's trying to save his kids from being used as industry puppets. He's trying to save the black community a little bit from all this gun violence and obesity and all this type of stuff. But at the same light, he's not helping out in any way. He's making himself look crazy by bringing up swastikas and KKK stuff, because that also directly goes against us as black people. And the point of this video was just to show, like, don't let the devil get a foothold, because when you sign up for Instagram, they're pushing things at you. You sign up for any social media, they're going to start to push things at you, because not only do they know what's going to get you addicted, but they know what is addictive, right? The fact that they got Reels, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, all this type of stuff, the swiping mechanic, the instant dopamine hits, that's all addicting. One, then they're going to get you on your lusts, right? They're going to get you on shopping. Every single TikTok video I seen was TikTok shop, right? Instagram luckily hasn't got to that point yet. Probably will at some point. But, you know, it's all buy this materialism now. Then they're going to hit you with all sexual content. You guys going to get to see that because they changed it. But I promise you that the threads was all like OnlyFans model type content on this new account. Because they want that. They're like, 18 and single, come watch me play with myself. And it's just like, bro, what are we talking about here? I just signed up for Instagram, and this is the first impression you want to make. Is because they're trying to desensitize you to it, and they're trying to take it away, and they're trying to get the devil to get a foothold, because once he gets the foothold, he's going to take whole steps. You give somebody an inch, they're going to take a mile. You heard that saying? That's exactly what's happening. And they think we're so dumb to it, because we are. We're numb to it. They think we're dumb, and we are, because we fall for it every single time. So when I was telling people, like, at least I don't have a reason to be on Instagram, seeing this new account and the stuff they marketed at it, I'm glad, because that's not how Instagram used to be. Instagram used to be taking pictures of your food, taking a picture with your friends, showing people how you used to be living, and now it's turned into a business that's focused on marketing. So you push these OnlyFans sites and all this type of stuff, and they're fighting for your attention, and they want you dumb, and they want you stupid, and they want you fat, and they want you broke, because you're giving them all your money. And it's just so sad, because I guarantee you, a lot of Christians are not only on Instagram, but like, they're doing it not thinking anything of it. When really, we break it down and we look at it, it's giving these big businesses a plot of land in our mind to where they can put whatever they want on that plot of land. And it's got to be up to us to say, hey, you can't have that land anymore. I need that back, right? It's got to be up to us. But people don't want to hear that. They want to keep taking a blue pill or whatever the Matrix thing is. Right, so I gave my more than 2 cents, but hope y'all feel me. And yeah. All right, that's gonna be the end of the video. Hope you guys have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. Peace.